Hello everyone, this is Joshua Cook back here on my YouTube channel, and I figured I'd go ahead and do this, Y&R review and recap a little bit early, because next week, as you know, is the last week of the month of March, and then Easter Sunday will follow after that. Of course, Easter weekend starts on Friday, and first the 1st of April will be on Tuesday. So I figured I'd go ahead and do this now. So, well, one kidnapping has ended. Of course, that one with Jack. We found out not only where he was, but who he was with. And then we could see a reconciliation happening in the not too distant future. And of course, we have another marriage that is disintegrated, but when it comes to them, it is to be expected, because they've been on again, off again for so long. So, let's get right into this. Let's start with Phyllis, who, as you know, with the help of the AI that Victor stole from Kane, he, like I said, the AI turned around and took Victor's all his companies and everything that went along with it. So Billy had Chancellor, and then Phyllis had all the Newman companies, including Newman Enterprises, and of course Sally and Audra are running what used to be Newman Media. But like I said, speaking about Phyllis, she changed the name from Newman Enterprises to Summers Conglomerate, and she also had a new. She hired Lauren, much to Michael's dismay, because he has a history with the Newmans, of course. So, yeah, Michael wasn't too thrilled about it, but he wants Lauren to succeed. So, there you go. So, Lauren jumped at the opportunity to work with Phyllis, because she and Phyllis have the mutual enemy, of course, that being Victor. So they wanted, Lauren says she's not afraid of Victor. So we'll see how long that will last, because if I know Victor Newman, he's not going to stop at anything or stomp on anyone to get his way, and that was pretty evident. That's been pretty evident here recently. I'll get to that in a little bit. So, yeah, as I alluded to a kidnapping, a missing person, or what? Yeah, I guess it was technically a kidnapping. Jack was drugged and put on a yacht, which was somewhere out in Lake Michigan. And Jack was not too thrilled to be on this. And guess who was there with him? Yeah, Jack's psychotic ex-wife, Patty Williams. And yeah, Jack was not too thrilled to see her again. So, ultimately, it was, like I said, Victor had set it all up. And the only way that Jack would go free is if Phyllis was to give back Chancellor, which Billy was running at the time. And of course, Phyllis ultimately gave back Chancellor to Victor, and Billy wasn't too thrilled about that. So they, Diane, Kyle, and Billy found out where Jack was. It was on that yacht, as I said. And when they found Jack, he was having sex with Diane. Yeah, that wasn't very. I'm sure Diane wasn't very thrilled with that. So, but Jack said that Patty must have drugged him, and then they ended up, having sex because I don't think Jack would ever want to get back together with Patty, because she is an A1 nut job, a certifiable A1 nut job. So yeah, Diane wasn't too thrilled with what happened, and so shortly thereafter, Diane packed up and left the Abbott mansion. So who knows what was going to happen with those two moving forward. But yeah, Patty is a certifiable wacko. So I wouldn't trust her as far as I would throw her, if I'm being honest. And moving on to the never-ending search for Matt Clark. That's what I'm calling it. Nick and Adam are over in Las Vegas, and um, they're trying to find Adam Clark because he has connections over at one of the casinos in Las Vegas. So they're find trying to find him, and Adam has a plan that he wants to talk to this lady that he met when he was in Vegas. Her name is Riza, and Adam, if you recall, was named Spider, uh, because he was in these like big 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 poker games, and he used a surname, which was, of course, Spider. So he figured that Riza could help Adam and Nick find where um, Adam is, yeah, or Matt rather. Yeah, they would. Riza would Adam and Nick would hopefully have Riza help help them locate where Matt is. That's what I was trying to say. But Riza pointed a gun at Adam, saying that she doesn't trust him. But Adam reassured her that that both he and Nick are here to find Adam or Matt. So they've been in Vegas, but Nick is still on those pills that Matt gave him, even though his leg is feeling better. He's not on that on that crutch because after he had surgery, but he's still taking those pills, much to I don't think much to the chagrin of Sharon, because I don't think she knows what's been going on. So, and Sienna and Noah got a text from Matt saying, "I hope you enjoy the days that you have left. I'll be seeing you soon." So Matt or Sienna and Noah are concerned about that, and then Noah texted back saying, why are you hiding? Are you a coward? Show yourself." So, and Sienna wasn't very thrilled about Noah, calling him out. So you have to wonder, is Matt still in Vegas, or is Matt still in Genoa City, and the whole Vegas thing might be a red herring, might be a setup. So we'll have to wait and see how that transpires going into next month. And of course, you can't forget about Mariah and Tessa. Now, Daniel and Tessa were, I guess, dating somewhat, even though they're still friends, technically. Friends with benefits, who knows? But Mariah is dealing with all the fallout because of her kidnapping. I blame Ian Ward for that. Because Mariah kidnapped Dominic. She was Dominic was ultimately found in New Mexico because Mariah had told him that we're going on a new hiding spot in their little hide and seek game that they had. Mariah pretty much said we're going to Mexico, even though it was all the idea of that ghost, that vision of Ian Ward. I know I've said it before, I'll say it again. Ian Ward is to blame for Mariah's mental health deterioration. So, I mean, come on now. If Mariah hadn't listened to Ian Ward in the first place, if Mariah didn't go along with this whole kidnapping scheme, if Mariah just would have just shut out Ian Ward completely, then this whole kidnapping thing would have never happened in the first place. I firmly believe that. But it did happen. So Dominic was found safe and sound and went back to Abby and Devon. So, and Mariah was ultimately arrested for kidnapping, and Christine has been working with Mariah, and they've worked out a plea deal, and that if Mariah pleads guilty to kidnapping, then she won't go to prison. Instead, she will get counseling. But Mariah insists that she wants to go to prison. I mean, in the state of mind that she's in right now, I highly doubt that she will survive in prison. She is as good as dead if she goes to prison. She is as good as dead. I mean, she might get fucked by a girl named Bubba who's really a man. She would probably get harassed by all those women that would love to get their hands on her and beat her up. And who knows what. I mean, if Mariah goes to prison, you might as well say she's good as dead. Dot the I's, cross the T's, get the tombstone ready, get the casket ready, get the body bag ready, get everything ready, make the funeral arrangements ready, Like I said, Mariah is as good as dead if she goes to prison. I mean, come on. Mariah should have known not to fuck with Johnny Law. You you want to fuck with Johnny Law? You're ultimately gonna realize that Johnny Law can be a big bitch. That's what Mariah did. I mean, she should have known not to fuck with Johnny Law because Johnny Law can be a bitch. So Sharon and Christine tried to tell Mariah that you ought to accept the plea deal because it's a good deal. But Mariah wasn't having any of it. So then Daniel had a little talk with Mariah. Mariah pretty much told Daniel, that her marriage with Tessa is over, but Daniel thinks otherwise. I mean, he pretty much told Tessa that he's going to take a step back because Tessa is not going to give up on Mariah. That Tessa's going to try and fix the marriage to Mariah. So, and Daniel even told Mariah, if I had the chance, I would love to be back with Heather, but unfortunately, Heather is too busy being dead, to coin chiseled Adonis. So if Daniel pretty much told Mariah, if I was in your shoes, I would fight for my marriage, pretty much. If Heather was still alive, he would fight for her. So that's what Daniel pretty much told Mariah. You gotta. He pretty much asked her, "Do you still love Tessa?" So, I mean, it's pretty obvious that Mariah still loves Tessa, even though, despite everything that those two have went through. So, and then Tessa met with Mariah and tried to see if they want to get pretty much get a second chance and fight for their marriage. I mean, Tessa pretty much told Mariah Mariah told Tessa she would never do anything to hurt Arya, and Tessa knows that. She knows that Mariah would never do anything to hurt Arya in any way. And so Tessa pretty much asked her if there's any chance at all to fix their marriage, if you've been secretly crying for help and you've been too afraid to say so, then I'm here. I mean, but it's up to you if you want it, basically. So we'll see how that goes into the month of April. See what happens. But that pretty much sums up everything that has happened in March on the Young and the Restless. So that will do it for this review and recap for Y&R in March. I hope you folks enjoyed it. And as always, if you did enjoy this review, then be sure and like, comment, and subscribe here on my YouTube channel. And follow me on FanList, also on my Rumble channel and my Variety channel on Daily Motion. So I will be back at the end of April with my review and recap for Y&R. But in the meantime, be sure and check out my friends Albert Bostic, DC Soap Sanctuary, Kyrie's Clark, JLJ Media, and Soap Dirt. Be sure to check those people out because they do some great soap opera content on their channels, so be sure and check them out. So, thank you for watching this review and recap, and I'll see you again in my next video. This is Joshua Cook, signing off, and I am out.